Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the content. Today we're going to talk about crab walking. Cats that walk sideways, typically in somewhat of a slow and sneaky fashion. Although crab walking is certainly not, and unfortunately not, just limited to fun and games. Being a sports fan, when I hear crab walking, I think of NASCAR. Back in the day, and that day wasn't all that long ago, crews would often set up their cars to drive at an angle. Thanks to some rather nifty chassis work, the entire body would be skewed in order to create better aerodynamics. Commonly known with the fan base as Twisted Sisters, these cars were highly sensitive works of art. They could certainly drive in a conventional line, they'd just be angled while doing it. Turning the wheel in order to go straight. That is crab walking, dog tracking, whatever you'd like to call it. And cats, they have their very own set of reasons for taking on this rather similar posture. Let's start things off today with play. This is more of a basic one. If you're having a fun time with your feline and they're engaged with a toy, it's not too uncommon for them to pull out the sideways walk, at least for a few seconds. Have you ever seen a cat back up sideways? You know, when that ball of yarn comes to life, it's time for a hasty retreat. And that, quite naturally, leads us right into stalking. And this can be a mix of honest stalking and play stalking. Sometimes cats, when they're trying to be as quiet as possible, will do a bit of crab walking in an effort to keep a very low profile. The next notable reason for sideways walking is honest fear, either a sense of danger or the visual presence of danger. This can either display itself in a crab walk or a startled jump back posture. Some cats, let's say if they come in contact with a snake, will jump back in a sideways motion. I think we've all seen this posture either in person or in videos. Cats can seemingly turn themselves into rubber bands in order to get out of tricky situations. And the final reason for the sideways walk that we'll talk about here today involves health concerns. Typically some type of joint discomfort, arthritis, something along those lines, and or vestibular disease. If your cat's balance is off, for whatever the reason, your pet could begin to display a bit of a tilted gait. If your cat is walking straight at you, yet the rear end seems to be kicked out a bit to one side, that posture is not unlike those stock cars I showed and mentioned earlier, angling sideways while still maintaining a straight line. It's good in auto racing, but that's certainly not good for your cat. If your pet isn't taking this posture on purpose, then something is wrong. Please take your cat to the vet if you're concerned about your pet's sideways walking posture, especially if this new gait is recent. There are only really a few reasons why a cat would ever adopt crab walking, and simply moving from point A to point B would not be one of them unless something was indeed wrong. Always be mindful of new and negative changes, even the most subtle things. Your quick actions could make all the difference. So, when does your cat adopt the sideways walk? During play, during stalking, any other times? Please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.